Hello there, and welcome to the Outer Wilds.
Hello there.
Yeah, let's make the text nice and yeah. It's like the PS2 days, I can actually read the text. Wow. It'll be funny if once we get into the game the text is absolutely ginormous. We can always change it.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
Here we go. This is what I like to see at the beginning of any RPG, as you guys might well know at this point. I love when games start with a nice little character sheet thing. RPG games, that is, obviously. If a platformer started with a character sheet, I probably wouldn't like it that much. Critical hit bonus damage. Is that it? Headshot damage. Faction reputation.
You won't be quite so boring after you've saved the entire colony. Charismatic enough to give the chairman a run for his bits. It says you had a habit of snarling at people.
Snarling seems pretty foul.
That's all right, friend. I'll be the brains for both of us.
Oh, that could still be good if I can bop my charm up. But then, if I want to be bad, then I don't want to do
Your
that.
hibernation chamber.
Yeah, let's Let's just go with that, I guess. I've never played this game before, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Handguns I normally go with quite a bit.
You are going to paint this system red, my friend.
Definitely,
Someone with
I
a
like to
talent for
do.
exploiting insecurities.
Yeah, I like to do story stuff like that. So let's keep going. I think I'd like Persuade +1. What does it say about that? No transaction is finished without a smile. You live for the ka-chunk of a bit cartridge getting inserted right side up. The redemption of loyalty points and the promise of a good day. Come back real soon, bye-bye now. And more than empty words, they're a promise and a standard you intend on carrying to the frontier.
Handle bits for a living, huh?
I'll handle your bits if you're not careful, laddo. It's interesting that it by default gives you a female gender, because it normally by default gives you a male gender in games. When I was a lad, that was always the default, was male, but now it's female. It's all gone woke, you see. No, it's not a big deal. It's kind of arbitrary, obviously. I'm feeling like male this time. I've been going female a lot. Pasty, yeah, nice and pasty. Any of these actually look like me? Maybe that one. Yeah. Massive cheeks. Don't know if that's exactly my nose, but doesn't have to be a perfect match. I'm not a perfectionist. Yeah, that'll do fine. Ooh, nice. Why is there so many monobrow options? Surely one monobrow option is enough. Angry eyes, angry eyebrows. Nice. That'll do. What sort of beards can we get going? Yes. Yeah, definitely that one. Alright. Age. Meh. What? Right. Let's go foul roll. Let's go, Farrell.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
Please power down your engines and prepare to be...
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down.
I have wondered about this game for quite a while.
Shit. Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? A bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally,
3 million years.
reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's
Still got
called
that library book?
explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now,
The
I
board
should
is
be
as the board does.
innovative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck.
I'm bored. I'm the chairman of the board. So for anyone not in the know about this game, this was made by the people that created the Fallout games. And specifically, this same team was the team that made Fallout New Vegas, the most popular Fallout game in the franchise,
Can you hear me?
arguably.
Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler.
Although this seems a bit more like an immersive sim, I'm getting Bioshock vibes.
He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak.
But I've wanted to play this game for a while.
Specialist, dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like
One
it,
of a
I'm
kind.
sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste.
So, Fallout New Vegas is one of my favourite,
Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board.
one of my favourite games of all time.
Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head.
And I really, really liked Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 as well.
Nasty way to go.
And I enjoyed Pillars of Eternity immensely as well, all by the same people. Essentially, obviously, Obsidian is not all of the same people from Black Isle Studios, but a lot of people from Black Isle Studios, a lot of the OGs, moved to Obsidian. So, yeah. Oh. Ah, there we are. Doesn't look like there's any way to see yourself in third person in this game. That's a shame. Idle camera? Yeah, I guess we can do that. Maybe they put that in just for that purpose, who knows? That'll do. Obviously this was lower budget. This was much lower budget than New Vegas. But I'm interested to see how it stacks up. RPG wise. I know it's not going to stack up 100% to a AAA title, but I have faith that Obsidian will still pull a decent game out of the bag. I was looking at a few different reviews for it, but I just got the sense from the reviews that I wouldn't know until I played it for myself how I truly felt about the game. Oh.
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, wow, that stinks.
Oh, I've got medical 5. Let's go.
Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's choice doesn't like us accepting outside help.
How are you feeling?
Better, thanks to you. I might have bled out on my own. Or worse, had to go begging the boss for some Adrena time. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Spacer's choice policy clearly stipulates that dead and as good as dead are two completely different properties of matter. Unless I'm dead,
that's fair.
I'm contractually obligated to attend to my post. I will report that illegally grounded spacecraft if it is the last thing I do. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh? Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got
nice.
some spare ammo.
Gun obtained.
In my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
Kevin Spacer.
You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna.
Mmm. That does sound pretty good to me. Nice. I've got a gun.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
Okay. So this is the VATS. This is the VATS thing. Manual VATS. That's actually better than VATS, to be honest. That's like a natural progression of the VATS system. Yeah, this is like Deus Ex or BioShock or System Shock or Prey. It's an immersive sim. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. I like immersive sims, though. So if this game ends up being half Fallout, half immersive sim, half Star Trek, I think I'll be pretty happy with it. Gooning in my goon cave, I'm gooning every single day.
Killed?
Hello.
Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse,
Oh, no.
landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. You pulling my limb? I mean, yeah, of course. Marauders. Bunch of addle-brained derelicts. I could round them up all by myself. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath.
Sure.
Stretch my legs, son.
Sure. Right. Now what do I do? See, this is the kind of dialogue options that I like. This is what Fallout 4 needed. You want to have at least 3 different options, ideally. This is giving you 3, and then the other 2 are just kind of flavour ways of leaving. But those aren't real options, I'm not counting these ones. 3 meaningful options in character, based on your stats. That's kind of the bare minimum for a good role-playing game, I would say.
You think? Most marauders can't even talk. But criminals do attract other criminals by their own nature. You know what?
Yes.
You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go.
Private Kimball. A bit like President Kimball in Fallout New Vegas.
Return to flying bonus.
Ooh, canid. That's close to a dog. That's very feral. Very feral coded.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder.
Okay. I'll just go straight to my quest marker then, shall I?
Access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities.
But I'm not a submissive.
Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against
Oof.
unwanted solicitors.
Dommy,
Please return
mommy,
and disappropriate
AI.
equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction.
Destruction. No, I didn't misappropriate anything.
I detect an elevated heart rate, indicating dishonesty. Please prepare yourself for lethal deterrence.
Jesus Christ.
Transfer procedures initiated. Please engage in airlocks. Prepare to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dun 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 dun. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment.
That was good of him to program that into you.
I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
Your captain's a red smear under my escape pod.
I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact.
Just call me Sherlock Hawthorne.
Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable.
Yo, Toxic,
Do you
welcome in.
understand?
Welcome in, buddy.
Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Okay. You're gonna finish off GTA 3 later? Try and get through every single mission in one go. Let's go! A lot of the missions in GTA 3 are pretty easy, but I remember there's definitely a couple that are really fucking hard. Hey Ryan, welcome in. There's one in particular I remember, I can't remember exactly what the mission is, but I remember you got to drive all over the place killing loads of cunts, and if they don't spawn in exactly the right location, you're pretty much going to fail the mission every single time. I can't remember what mission it is. Are they drug dealers or something? You got to drive around killing loads of drug dealers. You got to kill like 20. It's a mental mission. Welcome in, you guys. Oh, I'll be right back. I just gotta do something quickly. Yeah, Toxic, you know the mission. That is probably... that might be one of the hardest GTA missions of all. That's harder than the fucking death row, or all we had to do was follow the damn train. That one, I remember it took me go after go after go, and I just got lucky in the end. Eventually you pass that one. But I imagine that's a speedrunner's nightmare, so yeah, I'm going to be interested to see how you tackle that one. You'll probably do it first time and make me look like an absolute chump. I haven't streamed GTA 3 yet, so there's no evidence of how bad I am at that mission, at least. Alright, cooking eggs. Nice. Eggs. I do like some fried eggs, or boiled eggs, or scrambled eggs. Any variety of eggs, really. I'm pretty on board with. Oh. Let's be a Riz character. Riz based. Does that sound good? There's a dish in Japan where they serve you chicken with scrambled eggs. They call it mother and child. Damn. That's ruthless. Have you ever played this game before, Ryan? If you ever with Porky, it's Stranger and Child. This is new to you. So this was made by the same people that made Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 1 and Fallout 2. It's not exactly the same as Fallout New Vegas. It's more of an immersive sim from what I can tell. It's more of a BioShock type game. But it does have a lot of New Vegas style dialogue options, and I appreciate that. Yeah, it's interesting. It was made on a lower budget. Obviously Bethesda had nothing to do with this. This is just the Fallout guys on their own making their own game. And it's not exactly like Fallout, but I get the feeling they didn't exactly want to make it exactly like Fallout. So yeah, they've gone for more of a Deus Ex, BioShock, System Shock type of game. And yeah, I'm interested to see what fun we can have, because I imagine there's a decent amount of fun we can have here. I've also heard this game compared to Mass Effect,
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you
which I
sure
can
walked in
definitely
it like it was
understand
your
that
ship.
comparison
And
too.
if this ship is yours,
I really like Mass Effect,
you
by
owe
the way.
Spencer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta
I love
dock
that
your pay.
trilogy. Not necessarily for the role-playing, even just for the story. The immersion. Let's lie.
Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater.
What an idiot.
Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Tally-ho. Let's see what devastation Farrell can unleash upon this world. But yeah, I wish they just released Fallout New Vegas on PS4, but they didn't, and the only explanation I can think of for why they didn't is Bethesda hates New Vegas because it showed them up as a games company. Even though it's, you know, they should love it because it's their most successful game and they should embrace it, but I've got the feeling there's like a bitterness towards New Vegas, even though, you know, that's a cherished game. But yeah, as I'll never be able to stream New Vegas, well, maybe never, maybe not never, but, you know, not for a long time. At least let's play some games made by the people that made one of my favourite games. New Vegas one-upped them so hard, yeah, I mean, just upped it up to the standard of role-playing in general for first-person role-playing games. Which is a genre that Bethesda obviously dominates anyway. But Obsidian just showing them how much better they could be, and then they kind of go, nah. We're not going to live up to, you know, depth of role-playing. We're just going to double down into our kind of more... The thing with Bethesda and their approach to RPGs is they have kind of curated worlds. They have a story. They have an idea of the character they want the player to be playing as, and they have an idea of the story that they want the player to unravel for themselves. Whereas with Obsidian / Black Isle Studios, they're trying to set up open world sandboxes for anyone to build any sort of character and have some kind of satisfying, you know, role-playing experience within that world. And that's the difference in the ethos. Obviously, the Bethesda way can work when you're in that mood, and obviously I like Skyrim, I like a lot of Bethesda games. But, yeah, they've doubled down into a more restrictive, like, Bethesda are going, we know the kind of fantasy story that you want to have, don't worry, we'll write that for you. And you don't have to worry about the role-playing bit yourself. But for me, I like to feel like I'm interacting with the game. Definitely have a message, yeah. Obviously on the surface, and to people that aren't very well initiated with these kinds of games, like, you could look at these sorts of games and go, they're all the same. I don't know what Daryl's talking about, but this is one of the, like, dearest genres to my heart, so I'm very, very picky and particular about the execution of some of these games. And for me, this game is already doing more than Fallout 4 did for me in terms of the role-playing aspect. So yeah, that's just a personal thing for me. I mean, if you like Fallout 4 more than this, I get it. I enjoyed Fallout 4, fine. But for me, what this game has offered me so far is a bit more my flavour. And I've only had a tiny little taste. But already it's hitting me in my little gamer G spot, if you will. And I know I make the same points a lot when I'm playing these games. But I really value, you know, role-playing freedom above all. So the more options you get, the more character choices you get, generally the better for me. In Fallout 4, you have 4 options generally per each quest, and the options are yes, 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 and no. And for me that's not quite enough. I need a little bit more than that for proper RPG fulfillment. But Fallout 4 is a fun enough game in its own right, and I enjoyed it just for the story. But yeah, I didn't feel like my character was particularly unique when I was playing that game. I felt like every single replay of the game would play kind of similarly, no matter what. Whereas with this game, I feel like, you know, I've already got a pretty well-defined character. Look, I could go, next time I could go high intelligence, high perception, low strength maybe. There's all these different things I can mess about with. Got a shitload of perks which I like. We've got reputations, something that Fallout 4 doesn't have for no reason. Pretty cheeky. I know there's a lot of Fallout 4 love, and I do like Fallout 4. And there's, you know, loads of Fallout 4 defenders, but the fact that New Vegas introduces all of this, like, reputation stuff, and then Fallout 4 is just like, nah, get rid of that. That didn't work. But it really did work, and it worked well, and it was a good idea. And it made things more immersive, and it made the role-playing feel more impactful, and they just get rid of shit like that. And then, like, you remember when I was playing Fallout 4 and there was a whole mission where it was meant to be a climactic battle, like Assault on Bunker Hill, or whatever that mission was, but because I was in good books with all of the factions on that mission, absolutely nobody opened fire on me for the entire mission, even when I was shooting them in the face over and over again. They wouldn't turn hostile towards me.
Just try using small words.
That's a mistake that Obsidian would never make.
Because she's set to cook Saltu.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize.
It'd make factions feel more real, exactly.
Or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
And it's easy to do, and it's already been demonstrated. So it does just come across as laziness. Because they know that a certain amount of people are going to eat it up, no matter what sort of product they put out. That's why they put out Elder Scrolls Online, for fuck's sake. Who in their right mind would want to play that fucking game?
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Shirt, pants, work boots, company-approved colors. The, honorable apparel of a loyal worker?
The Farrell apparel. Sounds good.
Only regulator we've got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing.
Is he meant to be
I
English?
We have our power regulator, but I happen to know of another one, And I happen to know exactly how
You can't
may
just put on a
retrieve
bowler
it
hat
without
and then
frying
pretend to
yourself
be
in the
English, mate.
process.
That's not how it works.
My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district.
See, an English person would say
Once their
reroute
shut
power.
down, you can have their
And that is where you
regulator, and
fail,
they
you
won't
fucking
know
fake, limey, fake fucking British valor. I got your number, Reed. Not everyone wearing a bowler hat is English. He could just be stylish. No, he's trying to be posh. He's putting it on. Welcome in, El Hag. This game was made by the people that made Fallout. Just for context, in case you missed that.
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Marauders aren't people.
The people living in the botanical labs. They're deserters.
Oh,
Former
deserters.
workers.
Deserters are
I
people.
need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Good law, no, I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go.
You're pretty certain he's
Her
American.
band of deserters
That's what I
came
was
back to
saying.
town.
I'm saying he's a fake. He's trying to pretend like he's British, but he's not. It's called Oyakodon. What, the dish in Japan where they serve you katsu chicken with scrambled eggs? Oyakodon.
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. I am asking you to help us survive. Edgewater needs more workers or we will collapse. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she...
Oh yeah, equals parent,
And make
co
it
equals
useful
child,
for you.
don equals bowl.
You
Oh nice.
need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Oh, I got a new little trophy there. Best friend. And Oyako means parent and child. Ooh, you make me live. Whatever this world can't give to me. It's you, you're all I see. Alright. You've gained a companion. They are characters that join you in your adventures and help in a variety of ways. Companions provide combat support. Their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with the Inspiration skill. Learn more about your companions in the Companion Ledger. Jolly good stuff. Toxic Sensei. Toxic Senpai, notice me.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk?
Hello? Hello? Hello there.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters. On account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the
Perverty, more like perverty. That's the, yeah, that's the porn parody version. Yeah, it seems straightforward to me.
Sure, it all comes together seamless in his own head. And I reckon he means well, for all that. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
Serious question, am I a Hulkamaniac? I am a bit of a Hulkamaniac. But since some of the things that he said have came to light, my Hulkamania has subsided somewhat, I will admit. But when I was 12 years old, and, you know, I had my little WWF theme tune CD, I would put the I Am a Real American theme on and kind of do the Hulk Hogan poses to the beat of the tune. Much as I hate to admit that. Cringy as that is of an image, I did jive to it. The most serious question. The correct answer was hell yeah, brother. What am I gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild through you? I suppose I would report it to the proper authorities. That'd be my advice.
I don't know anybody well. I mostly listen to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident. Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office.
You think you first saw him in one of the Three Ninjas movies? What, Hulk Hogan?
She left after her son died. It was a real big to-do.
My big brother.
Them both yelling clear from my
my half brother. He was a really big fan of the Three Ninjas movies. That's my only kind of grasp on the Three Ninjas thing. They were cool films. Maybe we'll get to watch them again on Martial Arts Mondays. Deserters are fine people.
Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no rights to see nor
Do I mean Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies? Yeah, it's about the same.
It just...
Ninjas were huge in the 80s, I guess.
I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. About if what Mr. Thompson proposes to do is upright. Leaving Miss McDevitt's folk to their fate. Their neighbors. Kin.
Because there were three films,
something
yeah.
else to try. Something we ain't. He used to go walking outside town. Maybe he found something that'll help. It's just an
Three
idea.
Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain.
That's all.
That sounds like a real... I would believe that as a real subtitle of one of those movies.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it.
I was thinking about this earlier, and does The Matrix count as a martial arts movie, or is it too off the wall? Oh shit. Sorry. My bad. Luckily, Parvati's kind of chill with that. She'll let me shoot a bullet into her tit occasionally. She'll take it like a champ. Jim Varney's in it too. Matrix counts for sure. Yeah, because he knows Kung Fu.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
I like the Matrix movies. This is weird, but do you think Hulk Hogan would be a good live-action Master Roshi? Now? Yeah, definitely. He would be decent. The star power could be what it takes to bring his career back. That might be the thing that gets him uncancelled. Imagine if they did a really, really good live action like Dragon Ball movie and it made Dragon Ball suddenly mainstream. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? You'd feel like you'd slipped into an alternate dimension or something. Be right back, I need the restroom quickly. Imagine the cash ladder thing, but you have to get one of the Dragon Balls, and then Ginyu special force can be NWO, and then it all ties back to frogs. Yeah, it's all gonna come back to frogs. So the cash ladder thing, I think you mean Money in the Bank. But Money in the Bank is just a carbon copy of just a regular ladder match anyway. The only difference is in a regular ladder match, you're usually going for like a championship belt. And then the Money in the Bank match, you're going for like a briefcase. But yeah, I know what you mean. So far, this game does have a bit of that Fallout, tint to it.
Coming.
Hello?
Incoming!
There we go. Uh-oh. Oops. Die. 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 No. I'm fucked, aren't I? Oh no. No. You are fucked. You are fucked. No. No. There we go. I stumbled into a right old mess there. Last time on Raw, Stone Cold gathered the Dragon Balls and asked Shenron to give him the championship belts, but then Shenron replied, "What?" That is the fucking... I hate that fucking crowd chant of what. That is the most annoying fucking... the most obnoxious... Fine, let's do the other quest. That is the most obnoxious thing I could possibly have introduced to the WWE. The fucking what chant. You what? You fucking what? Stone King Cold, because he's Frieza's dad. I'm what gonna what lay what a what can what of what whoop that ass what what you what. Yeah. It becomes very, very fucking tedious and intolerable very quickly.
I've always felt weird in here.
Intolerable.
It's too clean.
Stone King Cold. I said that with no shame. No shame in my heart.
And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison. Anything at all.
Draw that length is maybe why they like it. Yeah, I guess so.
Tossball predictions. The quickest way out of town.
What does this music remind me of? It's like Breaking Bad or Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking by Roger Waters. Not even sure what character that is, to be honest. What the what thing? It's not a character, it's just something that the crowd always says after every single thing that a wrestler says. They say what? Like they don't understand it. It's not a character even. The big old green bloke on Namek? Oh. Oh, you're talking about something else. No, I'm lost in the conversation now. I'm lost in the source.
They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No. How about work fortifies the spirit?
I can tell you who the big green bloke is. The big green bloke is... Oh! No, you're talking about King Cold, right? Who is King Cold? King Cold is Frieza's dad. He looks like Frieza's second form. But he's always in Frieza's second form because he's Frieza's dad. That's who King Cold is. Trunks kills King Cold and Frieza with a sword in the very opening act of the Android Saga. That's who King Cold is. Now, who you're talking about, the big old green bloke on Namek, that's Guru. Yeah, I'm glad we could get that straightened out.
The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan. You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us. Fun. It concerns much bigger things than fun. Things like deciphering the secrets of the universe to start.
That guy's clothes is Fallout-like. Yeah, it's very vault coded, isn't it? The old yellow and blue there. Yeah, it's like a vault suit. Yeah. They can't copyright. Bethesda don't own the copyrights to Yellow and Blue, so you can get away with this sort of shit. I'm liking this game. It's a weird cross between Fallout and BioShock so far. If you mix those games together, you've pretty much got this. Plus a spacey element, so I guess, yeah, but Mass Effect, BioShock, Fallout. That is what this game is so far.
Just a moment. If you're going to be walking around outside, make sure you're well prepared. Unless you don't care for your life. The marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls...
Have I listened to much Fallout Boy yet?
Bastards snuck up on me while I was dutifully hunting for a banned book in a collector's library.
Hang on.
Barely escaped with my life.
I have listened to Fallout Boy in my life, I'm sure.
Was to get my hands on that heretical text.
What's their best song? It's Fallout Boy, Dear Maria. I got your picture, I can whip you, Dear Maria, count me in. Is that Fallout Boy? There's a story at the bottom of this bottle, and I'm the pen. Oh, it's all time low. What's Fallout Boy? What did Fallout Boy do? Fallout Boy songs. Dance Dance. Oh yeah. I remember Dance Dance. Beat It. Yeah, they did a cover of Michael Jackson's Beat It. That's right. No, I'm not a massive Fallout Boy. Not a massive Fallout Boy guy. Just because I'm exploring Fallout stuff, yeah. That's got to be the final frontier of Fallout. Thanks for the memories. Thanks for the memories, even though they weren't so good. Is that Fallout Boy? I'm guessing. Just to clarify, you know nothing. Well, it's a bit before your time. It was before my time, but I'm behind with the times anyway, so kind of met in the middle there where I do know a bit about it. But yeah, then none of those bands are better than Blink 182 or 182 if you're American.
So you'll consider it? I do appreciate you hearing me out, and your discretion. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M'Bakono handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
You strike me as a former emo, Daryl. No, I wasn't even I wasn't even accepted by the emos, so that's how alternative I was. Even the alternative groups rejected me. Yeah, I'm a rebel, I'm a loner. I play by my own rules. Have I seen the Bruiser skit with the Goths? I definitely have. Or was it Mitchell and Webb? I definitely have. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I definitely have. I've watched every single episode of Mitchell and Webb and Bruiser. Off the top of my head, though, no. No idea what you're talking about.
What? No, I don't want to burn it. I would never. I mean, I just want to... Look,
you have. I've played Bruiser before. Bruiser is...
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's
These
hands.
Bruiser heretics. You can show them Bruiser and they don't even remember what Bruiser is. Bruiser is... It's like Mitchell and Webb. But it's pre-Mitchell and Webb. I think it's post-Mitchell and Webb situation, but it's pre-Mitchell and Webb look. It's got Martin Freeman in it. Yeah. Yeah, it's proto-Mitchell and Webb, basically. It's got the guy from Garth Marenghi's Dark Place in it. The Garth Marenghi. What's his name? Matt Holness? Holness? Yeah. Bruiser was good. Bruiser was pretty good. Before The Office, even. Yeah. It's a good watch, though.
It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value.
I'm sure I've already played some Bruiser. Maybe I'm wrong. You didn't remember the name in that context? Ah, fair enough.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Touche. I did play one episode too. Yeah, I thought I did. That whole series is gold, to be fair. I would count Bruiser as good as Mitchell and Webb look. The only thing that lets it down is Martin Freeman. Because Martin Freeman is just horrible to watch sometimes. In my opinion.
Okay, moving out.
Yay. Yeah, that looks a lot better.
Any progress on that matter we discussed? Please get it.
Right, so he just stays as a marker until I've done it. Fair enough. Bruiser has less PAP, so it's as good as Mitchell and Webb look at, you'd say, or a little worse. PAP. I don't know why I read that as PAP. I thought that might be an acronym that stood for something. You probably just mean PAP, to be fair. PAP as in crap, as in... as in cack. I realise I read that wrong now, when you put that, you're so touchy. I remember that sketch now. Yeah, it's the shitty Martin Freeman. Touchy. Yeah, you're so touchy. Yeah, that is a sucky sketch. My memory is shit, but now that I'm thinking about it, I know exactly what you're talking about, Toxic. And I agree, that sketch is fucking shit. That is one of the worst sketches. That fucking touchy. And also the one where Martin Freeman, like, they're haggling with the prostitute, and then Martin Freeman's like, "Ooh, no, dirty, ooh, ooh, ooh," and he's like a little kid, and he's like immature. I fucking hate that one as well. The get out of my house skit. I need to watch it again now, because I'm realising my memory of it is very limited. So I can't say for sure. Maybe I do. We'll have to watch all of Bruiser now, and I'll be able to answer that question. What about the I am not a pedo skit? Damn. I have not seen it in such a long time. I need to rewatch it all now. But I do like Bruiser. I like Bruiser a lot. I like all the Matt Holness ones where he's like, "Oh, pussy on a stick." Oh shit. I like all that. I like all that stuff. Damn. Can't even get close and disarm them. Fun fact, Matt Holness and Richard Ayoade both wrote, directed horror movies, so I kind of watched both of those after watching all of Dark Place beforehand. Yeah. There's a lot of interesting movies that those guys have been in. Have you ever watched any Steve Oram movies? Because Steve Oram, he does a lot of interesting dark British movies. Sightseers is great. Sightseers is probably the gold standard, I would say. Steve Owen. Oh yeah, Steve Owen, he's back and he's better than ever. He took a bit of a break since he died, but now he's back and he's ready to bother some crocodiles again.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
Who are you talking to?
I don't know you.
Steve
Whatever
Owen.
you're looking for, it ain't
Steve
here.
Oram.
Move along.
O-R-A-M. There's a movie called Sightseers and it has the woman from Garth Marenghi's Dark Place in it. And they're the two main characters and it's a dark British comedy. And it's fucking brilliant. I love it.
Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for another. Got anything in you besides questions? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
Never heard of him? Well, I'm not saying you would have heard of him, but he does good movies. Good British, like, weird movies with people, like, famous people you would recognise, like Noel Fielding, Julian Barrett.
I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around the gun. Hence my dilemma. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already.
If I said, do you know of him, I'd have said, do you know of him? Get out of my house.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
It's an acquired taste, but he's good at, like, British, low-budget British horror comedies. And he's friends with that kind of Garth Marenghi group. That's the only reason I brought it up.
Could do without the gallows humor.
No, Steve Oram likes the gallows humor.
Over in the hothouse, tending crop.
University of East Anglia? Why would he brag about that? Horror comedy like Shaun of the Dead? Yeah, darker than Shaun of the Dead though. But yeah, not wholly dissimilar. Sightseers is really funny. Sorry, I'm just looking up Sightseers quickly. Because I thought Edgar Wright was involved in some way, but I guess he wasn't. But Naira Park was. And Naira Park was the producer of Spaced as well, so it is kind of... It's Edgar Wright adjacent. So yeah, you're not wrong. It's all part of the same sphere of influence. You like how one of his movies is called I've seen that movie, believe it or not. Like, I remember that being I remember scrolling through my TV guide, just looking through all the Freeview channels, looking for late night movies to watch, and I remember that being one of the movies. I have seen that movie all the way through, believe it or not, and let me tell you, it is not a very good movie. But if you're into like artsy-fartsy movies, then yeah, give it a watch. Especially if you're interested in low-budget British movies. But yeah, I wouldn't say that's a great movie, to be fair. But I have seen it, yes. And it does have Noel Fielding in it, and Julian Barrett, I believe. AVGN did a one called Ass. Yeah. Very good. Shit. One more second and I would have got my stim pack off in time. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. You tell me a movie named is quality. You don't know what to believe anymore. It's not good quality. It's worth watching if you're into low budget British like movies. It's not top tier, I wouldn't say. But it's interesting. It's surreal.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? Suppose that weighs on who's asking. My flock likes to call me grandmother, on account of my providing hot soup and free advice. You can call me Adelaide, though.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea.
Tobaccorn?
I brewed it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Yeah.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Make amends.
Not as good as Tobacco. No. Simpsons has already one-upped it, hasn't
Everything
it?
else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. Question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip him out of the cannery's guts and leave us be.
Sean Cannery?
If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Tobacco just reminds you of corncob pipes. That's fair. Oh, no. Mistake. Wait. Why can't I save? There we go. Because the can is usually... you only serve twice. Nice. You only serve twice. Or so it seems. Once in your life, once in your dreams. Alright. That's enough for me for today. Take care, guys. I'll see you later. Bye for now. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you.